You want excitement? Come on in. This magnificent new stadium in Inglewood, California, where the Chargers will host the Cowboys. It's, if you will, officially the grand opening for the Chargers. First time playing here before fans. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. Yeah, there's all kinds of energy. They've got their young quarterback, the Chargers. The enthusiasm is off the charts as the Cowboys are here on this important day.
I mean, you could feel it when we showed up. It was electric. I mean, the fans were here early. They're rocking. And I tell you, when these guys came out, it got really loud. You're going to feel it on TV because we feel it in here. It's going to be a fun one, Jim.
And a chance to showcase, if you will, in a national window, Justin Herbert, this quarterback, 16 games into his career, and he has been nothing short of sensational.
He's been outstanding. And honestly, I think that not everyone really still knows about this kid. He's really special. And I think by the end of this season, you're going to see him climb way up the ladder of quarterbacks. And today, it's a big game, right? This is the starting point for it, I think, for the world to see it.
Of course, they won last week. The Cowboys lost a nail-biter at Tampa. The return game for Dak, and he was also in sharp form last week.
As long as Dak Prescott's on that field, this team has a chance every week. Played outstanding in the first game of the year, but they lost. As great as that feeling is, they played. They got to win today. 0-2, that's a huge hole to come out of.
So vitally important for them. They've got injuries to overcome. Tracy has more on that.
That's right, Jim. The Cowboys' depth will be tested today. They are without 5 starters. Right tackle Liam Collins out with a suspension. Michael Gallup on the IR. They are also without both defensive ends today. DeMarcus Lawrence broke his foot in practice. Randy Gregory still on the COVID list. And as a result, rookie linebacker Micah Parsons will start at defensive end today and play a big role, Jim.
That is a lot to overcome without both starting defensive ends. And meanwhile, the Chargers won the toss and elect to put their defense on the field first. Chargers 1-0 with the win at Washington, and the Cowboys, as Tony, you emphasized, coming off the loss in the opening game to the entire season for the league down at Tampa. Back deep, Tony Pollard. Tristan Vizcaino will kick it away for the Chargers. Playing before fans in their new home for the first time in a regular season game, and it will be run out by Pollard. And there's not much there. Hammered down at about the 22-yard line. Dak Prescott over 400 yards, 58 attempts in that game last week. The 42 completions, that's an NFL record for a Week 1 game. And that was their game plan last week. Kellen Moore, he called a great game, Tony. But they only rushed it sparingly. 11 totes last week for Zeke Elliott. We'll see what it looks like today. They'll come out with 2 tight ends for the first snap. Elliott met at the line. Bosa and others pull him back, maybe able to give him a yard. Covington, the first to get to him.
And you're going to see they're going to run the football today. Very different look. Last week you had a good front, but they had a lot of guys around the box. Tampa Bay. That says, hey, if they're all going to come down here, we're going to throw it. But this week they need to run the football because these safeties are going to be deep, Jim. They play a very different style of defense here, the Chargers, compared to Tampa Bay.
2nd and 9. That's Pollard coming in motion. Pass complete, and Lamb stretches it out to about the 30. Kenneth Murray was on him. Chargers defense, Ronaldo Hill is the first-year defensive coordinator, former longtime player in the league. Played with Arizona, the Raiders, Miami, Denver. Of course, you got Bosa. That's what everyone watches, as well as watch 33. Derwin James, the lost season of a year ago. Talk about energy. He brings it not only every snap, but every minute of his life, it seems. Look at Elliott break up the middle and take it out to about the 40. On 3rd and short, he's able to pick up the first down. It's actually 3rd and 3. He picks up 10.
Well, Zach Martin, who's back this week, didn't play in the first game. You're going to see Bosa coming down. He gets cut backside. That'll be key today. But watch the front side right here, this offensive line. Martin, number 70, right there, creating that hole. If you can run the football like that on 3rd and 3, they're going to make them get out of what they want to do on defense.
3 receivers in on first down, and the pass caught. Schultz able to spin away for a moment from Murray, Could have been dropped for about a 1-yard loss, instead turns it into a 7-yard gain.
Come back, pretend like you're going to cut block. Last time was Bosa, but Murray not fooled.
Mike McCarthy, 15 years a head coach in this league, trying to get things turned around for the Cowboys. 2nd and 3. Elliott cuts back to the left, but White and others are there to meet him. Another 3rd and short coming up for Dallas. We've got a player down for the Chargers, and it's Kenneth Murray, who we've seen so active at the start of this game, their 1st-round pick a year ago out of Oklahoma, and he's a big part of this defense.
Yeah, he's very big. I mean, he's a 6'2", 240, runs a 4.5. That would be a huge loss if he's not able to play.
Injury timeout here in Los Angeles. They're helping Murray to the locker room. Leg injury. 3rd and 2 for the Cowboys. Again, 3rd down, they'll go with Elliott. Shows some speed to try to get outside, but there's speed on that other side waiting for him.
And they do have speed on defense. 3rd and 3, run the football. 3rd and 2, run the football. And the Chargers with a huge stop. It's a good play call. It's there, but White comes flying, 44. And he meets him at the hole, Derwin James, and they're going for it, Jim. This is a huge play early in the game.
4th and 1. Going up top for it. Pass, not there. What a flag. Look how late that flag came in. What a roll of the dice for McCarthy. 4th and 1 on your side of the 50.
Well, they come out and throw a slant in the flat. Now they get a break here because it's really not pass interference. White is running to the flat, and he accidentally runs into the wide receiver, but he's covering someone else. And
pass interference, defense number 44. The ball is placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
Tony Corrente saying 1st down for the Cowboys on that 4th and 1 play.
Well, and you'll watch. Here comes the slant. 44 is covering, and boom. He hits right at, so you're going to get called, right? The ball's going there. It's accidental, so it's not really his fault, but it is the penalty. Flat route was wide open.
1st down, Pollard now in at running back, tripped up after a pickup of 3.
And you're seeing the plan, right? The Chargers defensively, like as a system, they make it muddy on quarterbacks because they play with 2 safeties deeper than, other teams, especially on early downs. And what they do is they kind of are daring you to run the ball because the box is light. So Dallas is going to run it way more in this game than they did last week. But if you can't run the ball, these safeties up top, Jim, they make it hard in the pass game. So you've got to go downhill at them early.
Tyler Fackrell in on defense for Murray. 2nd and 7. Dak dumps it off. Pollard. Good move to escape the first hit. He was able to get away from Derwin James. That's not easy to do. He's got a gain of 6 or 7. It's going to be 3rd and about a foot.
And the great job by Prescott getting through the read and getting the ball out with stuff up front, not being a perfect clean pocket, and they just get up and hand this ball off to the right.
Up the middle they go, and it is Pollard. And they got a good push off that line, Tony, for another 1st down. Running behind Zach Martin back this week.
Yes, and that's the double team. Zach Martin's ability to just, it's called the gap scheme. You're just running where these guys just go straight forward. I just say it's a mash play, right? You're just mashing this thing right forward. And with a guy like Zach Martin, and how talented he is, you run right behind him. But you keep watching these safeties, Jim. Just keep seeing. Most teams have a guy down way sooner than this.
Back to Zeke. Nothing there. He's bottled up for a loss of a couple. Drew Tranquil was in on that hit quickly. And it loses 2.
This is all Bosa. Watch right here. He's going to take on a double team. These 2 guys are going to take him. And these 2 tight ends have no chance because all he does, as soon as he extends that play where it has to go wider, Jim, because he got back into the backfield, no chance now because now everyone's flying to the ball.
11th play coming up on this opening drive. It started back at the Cowboys 22. They picked up 3 first downs to this point. 2nd and 12, sends Cooper in motion. Looks Cooper's way, goes down the middle instead, and the Cowboys are inside the 20. Blake Jarwin with the reception and the gain of 20.
This is a great job, but watch right here. He has a touchdown. He pumps to Cooper and he kills him, but Dak got the ball out quickly. Made a great play, right?
Yeah, Cooper, that would have been 6. There's Elliott to about the 12. So they go to Jarwin instead, pick up 20. Jarwin, who was injured on this field week 1 last year when the Cowboys opened in this building against the Rams, again before no fans. And Jarwin blew out an ACL and his season was over, but he makes the big catch as the Cowboys keep moving down the field.
And Dak knew the coverage, right? He knew that tight end was going to be open. So he's just kind of fake pump faking, right? When you look back, you can be like, oh, I had it. But we'll score a touchdown here. You're just fine with it.
Got a 2nd and 5 outside the 11. Still has it. Looks end zone, and it's knocked down. Tried to find Cooper, and he had Asante Samuel Jr. and Nasir Adderley both there defending.
Well, this was a great play call. You get everyone to bite on the play fake, and you throw behind the safety.
Whew, what a collision.
But Samuel doesn't bite, and you see Adderley coming over, like you said, and it looks like it's hard to tell, right, if that one should have been called or not, but bang, bang play.
3rd and 5. They've already had 4 third down conversions on this drive. Make it 5 as Cooper has it inside the 5. Michael Davis was on him, and the Cowboys methodically moving down the field.
And you saw this last week. It's a great ball. Dak on time. Cooper with a good out route. And these guys just have weapons. I mean, these guys get open. And then you add in Kellen Moore's ability to call plays and Dak Prescott's ability, you know, as a quarterback. And all of a sudden, this is a really formidable unit that can really score in a hurry, or they can go long periods of time on drives.
1st and goal. He's found 5 different targets. He's going to hand it off. It's Pollard, and he's across for the Dallas touchdown.
What a great drive if you're a Cowboy fan. I mean, you saw a little bit of everything. Run the ball, everything. Watch. Bosa's here. They're not even going to block him. They're going to use his momentum against him. And the speed of that, it's very difficult to handle at defensive end, and Bosa always with a good get off.
It had been a long time, Tony, since the Cowboys had an opening drive touchdown. That's the first time in 21 games.
Wow.
That they take their first possession down the field for 6. And now to make it 7. Zerline, who struggled in the opener. Dead center this time. Almost 7 minutes long. 15 plays it was. The final 4 yards provided by Pollard. Back at this $5 billion building. Now the Cowboys haven't been scoring touchdowns on opening drives, but they've been scoring in the first quarter now. 12 straight games they put up points in the opening quarter. That ties the longest streak in team history. It had happened back in the late 70s with Roger Staubach at quarterback, and then they had it 6-7 years ago. They had a streak like that with number 9 at quarterback.
He was decent.
This guy's decent.
Yeah, he's better than decent. Tell me about him, Jim.
Yeah.
This guy, if you haven't seen him, he'll make 1 or 2 wild plays today that you just don't see. And he's right up there with. He's going to be a guy that's right there in that Mahomes category one day. I'm telling you, he's off the charts.
9 times in his 16 games, he's thrown for 300 yards. The running play up the middle. There's a seam as Eckler bounces around right into the heart of that defense. Rashawn Slater, the rookie tackle, helped open up this hole.
Did a great job. You see the movement right there. Armstrong goes inside, and the linebackers are just a little late to fit that gap.
It's a gain of 20.
That's how you want to start the game if you're the Chargers. Let's just hand it off and get 20 yards. Let's do that. What do you think?
Take that every time, times 10. Parsons is in at defensive end. Herbert's being chased. Able to throw on the run. There's a man there. And it's Keenan Allen standing on the sideline with the catch. Pickup of 22.
And watch the pocket presence. He moves around, then all of a sudden Allen gets wide open. And there's no way you're going to cover it that long, right? Corner comes off, Diggs, and he's a little too aggressive. He didn't keep getting depth. Diggs needs to get the corner, number 7 for the Cowboys.
Chunk plays the first 2 snaps for the Chargers, 20 and then 22. Third play, it's Herbert. Intercepted! You just mentioned Diggs. That's his 5th pick in his first 14 career games.
That is unbelievable. What a play by Diggs. An over route. You don't intercept these passes. Diving Cowboys. What a start in California.
This is what Trayvon Diggs did last year as a rookie out of Alabama, drafted in the 2nd round. He's got a pick now in each of the first 2 games this year.
And you're seeing that, that leap in that 2nd year. Last year, getting into the game, and all of a sudden the guy takes off because he's seen a lot more, and we're seeing that happen with him.
First down, play action. Deep ball, it's there. CD Lamb on the sideline, steps out. Could have probably got another couple, 3 yards out of it, but a big gain it is anyway, gain of 17.
And just an outstanding first drive, and you see the holes, but then the ability for Dak to slide in the pocket, find the open guy, but a lot of different plays, misdirection, throw it over the middle, throw it outside, and then they come back with a play action on first down. CD Lamb with an incredible route, 1st and 10.
Elliott. That's a gain of about 8 into the secondary before Adderley ends it. Already now 7 carries for Zeke after only 11 carries for 33 yards against Tampa Bay.
And they get in big personnel. They put a lot of big bodies on offense out there on the offensive line, tight ends. Bosa's out of the game, and they just hammer it right at him.
7 for 24 for Elliott. They fake it to him. Got time, and he's intercepted. He was going for Lamb, and it wasn't there. Looked like confusion as Samuel has his first NFL pick. He's already made one great play in the end zone. Boy, is he a great-looking prospect, too. And like Diggs, who made the interception for the Cowboys, he was a 2nd-round pick this year.
Well, and he does a great job. He has vision on the quarterback, just like his dad used to. He's got good instincts, good vision, quick twitch, and you see right there, that ball is just, that was one of, that just wasn't a great throw. Dak really threw that one. No one was open.
Can't tell if he was going for Lamb or for, well, Cooper's cutting back to the inside.
Cooper's supposed to go down the field. Lamb's coming over. It's just right at the last second, he sees the guy underneath, and so you kind of make it go higher, but just a poor decision on that one. He wants that one back.
So the teams exchange turnovers. And the Chargers now from the 45 are going up top, dumping it off to Eckler. Didn't catch a ball last week in the opener against the Washington football team, but he's got a good gain on this one for about 12.
Yeah, and he'll get going. I mean, really, it's just about, they have so much talent. Both these teams have a lot of talent on both sides, both offenses, and they play pretty similarly, but just some games, some guys are going to get more touches than others.
Here's the pass to Williams, who had a big game last week. Mike Williams had 8 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown in the win at Washington. That's a pickup of 7, and kind of get the feeling Joe Lombardi's the new offensive coordinator coming over after a long, successful stint in New Orleans, that Williams is going to be played a little bit differently now with Lombardi's offense.
Yeah, and I like what they did, right? Everyone has their own system, so it's just part of this, though. When Williams in the game is a big target, big catch radius. You can throw the ball, back shoulder stuff, so they put him at the X, which is the single receiver, and let him go to work.
Roundtree dropped in the backfield as Malik Hooker comes up. Boy, was he jumped in there across the line quickly. It's a loss of 1.
And this is a great job flying in by Hooker. but really the defensive line, right? We have a couple of injuries up there where we have Lawrence out. We also have, just multiple guys aren't playing, and so you need people to step up. And right there, you saw the D-line create the hole, and Hooker's allowed to come in.
And there's Parsons, you see.
Okay, you see the motion to the back. Now he calls a play. He's coming in. He's down the man.
It's 3rd and 4. Then back to Eckler. Can he get past 3 Cowboys? No chance. They're on him, including Jalen Smith. And they'll go field goal from this spot on the field.
Well, watch up top. He motioned him back in. Cowboys with a great plan here. Oh, it's man-to-man. It's man-to-man. Now watch everybody zone and get out of there. They had a great play up versus a man look. And when you take a running back out there, safety goes out there and guards him. You think it's man. You get up there. You call your play. Man-to-man play. And they go right out to zone. Cowboys got him mentally right there, Jim.
Vizcaino comes out for a 46-yard attempt from the left hash mark. And that kick is good. 3 on the board for the Chargers. Off the takeaway.
A lot of action to start the game.
Ooh. Recent Fan Fest day held here at SoFi Stadium. The Chargers giving their loyal supporters a chance to watch their favorite players scrimmage inside this amazing facility. Deep kick, not returnable. Now let's take a look at Next Gen Stats powered by AWS.
Well, Joey Bosa, we talk about him. You're going to hear about him a bunch today. He does an unbelievable job of creating pressure and making quarterbacks move and disrupting plays. I mean, that's literally one of almost every 5 times the quarterback drops back. I mean, you can't get that kind of production, unless you're playing at a crazy high level. And he is, and he's got such a motor, and he's got a lot of moves.
Already in his 6th year. First down carry. It's Pollard. Pollard high steps it before going out of bounds after a gain of about 16.
Watch Zach Martin right here. He's back, and they are thankful. He takes him on, and then he makes him, 5 yards down the field before Pollard. He got to juke the defensive lineman in and then go back out.
Yeah, Jerry Tillery did not find any way to get away from Zach Martin. 52 yards on the ground for the Cowboys already. They go back to it. Back to it with Pollard, showing a good burst. And by the way, Kenneth Murray's back on the field after that ankle injury. We got an update. Let's go back to JB in New York.
A revived Gronkowski.
Does this sound familiar? Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski, 1-yard touchdown, the 2nd of the day, and his 4th of the season. Tampa Bay 14, Atlanta nothing.
About as familiar as saying Jim Nance, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, JB. That Gronk, he's looking like the Gronk of like 5-6 years ago, start of this season. Here's the pass over to Pollard, and the Cowboys return to the Chargers' side of the 50.
And you see just a great job. Both coaches just coming out with a good plan, and Dak Prescott throws it to the flat to Pollard, who's a guy they really want to get the ball to, right? He's more of a scat back. Zeke's amazing. He gets a lot of touches, but Pollard has a unique skill set, and they're using him more and more. And the more you can get him out there and get him in space, the better you are.
Yep. Here's the carry by Lamb. CD Lamb finds a big opening. With that speed of his, look out, picks up 13.
It's a light box, and you're going to see Zach Martin. Let's follow him again. And CD Lamb, who's real gift, right? He's a wide receiver. He's incredible, good route runner and everything. But when he gets the ball in his hands, he's got a chance to score every time. And that's what really makes him a difference maker. And you saw it there.
Cowboys now 71 yards on the ground. Up top they go. Back to Lamb. Back-to-back touches and first down plays by CD Lamb.
And what a throw. Dak Prescott, great accuracy, throws to the outside shoulder, which allows Lamb to turn. This is to the field. This was a point of emphasis coming into this game. The looks look muddy with the safeties, right? But the guy was furthest away from you, all the way across the field. That's the guy who's going to be one-on-one a lot.
Back inside the 20 now. Back, looking down the middle, he goes again. Lamb cuts away from one player, and he sets up the Cowboys with first and goal at the 5. Kenneth Murray, who had to be helped off the field earlier in this quarter, has been in on this drive, and Lamb was able to escape him already a couple of times, including that play.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful job by the offensive line, giving time for Dak, who steps up, and that's a decision, right? CeeDee Lamb could stay on the move there, but he stops, feels the defender in front of him. Ball's on his back shoulder. First and goal.
3 straight touches by Lamb. They've all gone for at least 10. In fact, the Cowboys 4 straight plays with at least 10 yards gained. Will go Zeke. Off the right side, he's in. Zeke Elliott with the touchdown. And again, Zach opened it up for Zeke.
I tell you, right now, you're going to have to make an adjustment if you're the Chargers, because 80% of these are going right over the right guard. And the offensive line is playing well in general, but Zeke, you give him that much space, he's going to finish off every one of these. You see, Zach Martin turns his guy back inside and creates a huge hole, but also well done by 86 Schultz. Play doesn't happen unless he gets Bosa outside.
Cowboys with their second touchdown in the quarter on the ground. Extra point is good. Big series it was for CeeDee Lamb, Zach Martin, Zeke Elliott, who finishes it off, and we're back in 30 after this from State Farm. Boy, does Mike McCarthy have to love what his team's doing. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Goodyear. Let's look at this. It is fantastic to see. It took 6 years to build at an expense of $5 billion.
Wow, that sounds like your house. I mean, it was like a little less.
Well, the AT&T Stadium down in Dallas area cost $1.5 billion, just to give you a little comparison.
Really not a comparison at all, actually. Just 5, huh?
Just 5. Well, this marks kind of an anniversary for Justin Herbert. It was week 2 last year when he surprisingly got the start when Tyrod Taylor was not able to go, and he was the offensive rookie of the year. He set the touchdown mark with touchdown passes in a season for a rookie. Got all these yardage marks, the 9 300-yard performances. So, in essence, yeah, got a full body of work to add in last week's game, give him 16 games. Here's Eckler. Eckler finally able to be taken down at about the 41.
Well, and this game's going to be 40-35 at the end of this. These quarterbacks aren't going to let this game get too far away. And the offensive line is dominating on both sides of the ball, but the Cowboys are off to a better start.
I like that prediction, 40-35. Sounds wild, and I can't wait to see it. We welcome you back to SoFi Stadium. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. Dallas with a staggering 13 first downs in the opening quarter.
That is not the start for Chargers you want.
False start, offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
There's Joshua Palmer, rookie out of Tennessee, who moved. And Herbert, some of the special qualities you've seen.
Well, he just makes throws that, and this is all the way across the field, right? The opposite hash. So he makes a throw. It didn't look very far there, but that's as difficult as there is. And then the location, out and away on a 3rd down. And then this one right here, Jim, a check down.
Check down and out to about the 40. It's back to Palmer for 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, and you're seeing these quarterbacks have a ton of time right now. And outside of the 2 turnovers, these defenses are going to have to find another plan, because it's, I mean, the Chargers only have 3, but it still looks like they're going to move the ball decent today.
Yeah, you got that feeling, don't you?
Yeah.
They only had 7 plays in that first quarter, while the Cowboys were putting up 14 points and 13 first downs. Here's a 2nd and 10. And again, going underneath, Allen able to hop over one defender and pick up the first right over Brown.
Both these quarterbacks, I mean, we got a flag.
Yeah, we got some jawing going on.
It's going to be taunting. Probably on Keenan Allen, number 13.
He and Bradley Anai were going back and forth. Number 56 on that Cowboy defense. Brandon Staley, the rookie, young mastermind, just 38 years young, his 2nd game ever as a head coach.
After the conclusion of the play, taunting offense, number 13, 10-yard penalty. It will still be first down.
And you're moving the ball. Yeah, that's going to get called. Taunting's a point of emphasis this year, right? We were at a meeting, and I stayed around and was in that meeting longer than anybody else.
Yeah.
All the rules.
As you always are.
Yep, rule follower right here. So my wife always calls me, you're Mr. Rule Follower, Mr. Romo.
We've learned that.
Write that down. But you're talking about Coach Staley, and here he is. Those are the kind of mistakes. When you're a coach, that's the kind of stuff, you know. With Allen, he's a team leader, so you need him to do things the right way. And right there, that really puts his team in a little bit of a hole.
Well, they don't tack on the 15 to the 1st and 10. It's 1st and 10. It is from the 40, and Herbert's pass, tip, picked off. There is a flag.
Yeah, and that is going to be pass interference. Jared Cook goes up. Herbert throws a ball high up in a good spot, but Curse all over it. But I think he got there a little early.
Javon Curse able to get the ball after the deflection, then the flag comes out.
And you're right, that's big that was 1st and 10, right? I didn't realize until you said, and it was allows you to stay in phase.
Pass interference, defense, number 27. The ball is placed in the spot of the foul, automatic, first down.
And it's a good job. You watch 27. He keeps his leverage, but he holds right there. You see that? That left hand, when he's breaking out, he didn't need to do that. You already had the leverage.
He tugged a little bit at the back of the jersey, and that'll do it.
And then he had wrapped around. That one didn't show exactly with it, but you could tell that's the point right there where they're watching. And the ball's coming, you're going to get called on it, even though it looks small.
Eckler goes lateral for a moment. Picks up 1.
It was a good job by Curse making up for that last penalty, coming downhill there and disrupting the run.
Austin Eckler, who went into the game last week against Washington, not at 100% with a hamstring. They did not get to use him as a receiver out of the backfield. He's been one of the best in the league over the last couple of years, the most by yardage, in fact. Second to Camaro by catches. Already with a couple grabs, 37 yards on the ground. 2nd and 9. And here he is again, 3rd catch. Oh, and Curse is going to hammer him down for a loss of a couple.
Wow, this is
put some pressure on Herbert.
And this is a mistake. You're going to watch. Someone's got to block a defensive end. It's actually a good job by the quarterback. But you don't let just defensive ends come scot-free. And Armstrong comes in flying. And Storm Norton, who's subbing in for Gulaga, who's hurt, didn't do a very good job there.
3rd and 11. Curse coming in on him. Herbert dumps it off to Cook. Cook finds the yardage. Jared Cook. Been around with a lot of teams in this league and still quite a presence everywhere he goes.
And I mean, this is outstanding by the quarterback. You'll see the pressure come flying in. Curse jumps the running back. Here comes Parsons. But Herbert, under duress, fires this ball. Look at him keep his eyes down the field, and then he turns. And that ball being on the outside shoulder, so he doesn't have to change or his momentum, that allows him to get a first down. Very great, very good play right there.
Herbert took a big hit, picked up 12 on 3rd and 11, and they run it with Jackson. Picks up good gain for maybe 6 or 7, and another flag on that play.
Holding, offense number 74. 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
That's Storm Norton. You just mentioned Bulaga, who has this back injury, part of the core muscle issue that he's been battling, and he went down on IR. So Norton, the second-year player out of Toledo, takes his place at right tackle and gets flagged for holding on this call. Eckler returns to the backfield, backs up the Chargers to the 47. First and 20. Pass outside, and it's caught by Guyton. Got a couple of young receivers. We've seen Palmer with 1 catch for short yardage. Guyton, he's a rookie. Guyton's a second-year player. KJ Hill is a second-year player out of Ohio State. And then you got the 2 stalwarts in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Herbert's excited about what he has to throw to.
Yeah, both of these offenses are loaded outside, right? Allen's as good a route runner as there is in the league. Mike Williams, he's a big guy. He can catch. The radius is, big, so he's got a lot of weapons.
2nd and 11. Eckler tried to go under and around, but Odigizua was on him. Pickup of 3.
It's almost like these two teams really mirror each other. When you look at the way that, over the last few years, I mean, they both rush for about the same amount of yards. They both kind of throw for about the same. They kind of run their offense kind of similar, right? And both quarterbacks are really efficient. They're playing well today. Both have the interception.
Here's a 3rd and long with a marker on the field. They whistle it dead. You had just seen the early report card on Herbert with only 1 incompletion, 9 out of 10, and that incompletion was the pick.
False start. Offense. Number 63. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
4th Charger penalty on this drive. And I'll tell you why that was important. That probably, if they don't get anything here, it takes them out of field goal range. The ball spotted just inside the 40. 3rd and 13.
And we'll see. You see they got Parsons, the rookie, lined up over the right tackle.
Another marker out. Rolling out. Herbert finds the open man, Williams, at the 20 and down at the 12.
I mean, this is weird because almost like someone may have lined up off sides. I don't know. It's going to be interesting because
offside, defense number 11, lined up in the neutral zone. This penalty is declined. The result for the play is a first down.
That's Micah Parsons, the rookie, who's been playing at defensive end with DeMarcus Lawrence on IR, and he's appeared a time or two to be getting lined up or having trouble getting lined up. This time he's called for offside, so the 27-yard play will hold up.
Yeah, it's a great pass rush, right? But it's like that's the difference. You don't play that position all the time, and all of a sudden something small comes up, and it's big. Didn't hurt him there. It'd been the same thing, right? But would have been huge if they just made a stop.
Good throw, back to Williams. Cowboys converge. He escapes. He dives. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown. Mike Williams able to break away from Anthony Brown. What an effort.
Yeah, and that's Mike Williams. That's the ex-receiver. Well, watch this. It's a run play, but he says, hey, you're going to play off of Mike Williams out here? Okay. And he just throws it to him, and he uses his size and leverage and jumps like Jim Nance.
Yes, he does.
Long into the end zone.
When the check comes.
Yes.
Give me that. That's 2 touchdowns for Williams in the first 2 games of the season, and they're going to go for 2 here, Tony. Look at this. Cowboys now trying to get situated here to have the right personnel on the field.
Yeah, they're not going to allow them to just snap it all of a sudden right away. Someone might have to take a timeout, though.
Cowboys have to take a timeout. Had some drive for the Chargers when you consider that they had to overcome 4 penalties on that drive, plus convert on 3rd and 11 and 3rd and 13.
Well, and that's... And
There
you
you
see,
go.
here comes baby Superman right here. Woo, he can fly, Jim. But the reason you can do that is because you have a quarterback, right? And you have a good team, and you got good coaches, and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they lost the turnover differential last week and still won a game. That's really hard to do in the NFL. But the Chargers, it's even harder. They don't ever win games when they lose that. But the quarterback makes a difference. He can overcome mistakes.
Staley wants the 2. It's Eckler, moves the pile across for the conversion. Interesting.
Very similar play that the Cowboys have been running this game. Zone scheme, hand it up, go down the line, find a hole. Eckler, fantasy points for someone. Didn't do good last week. This week's better.
Back in Hollywood. And we got a good script so far. 14-11 Dallas. How about the young coach? You know, different optics on analytics. Goes for the 2. Converts. Coach Staley had never been a head coach at any level.
I like him too. I think that's a great hire.
He's
it's
going to be sensational. Wins his debut last week, trying to go to 2-0 here. The Cowboys returning out to about the 23 with Pollard. Earlier this year, the Soto family lost almost everything in a house fire. A Derwin James jersey was one of the only surviving items. And this past May, the Chargers hosted the family here at SoFi Stadium. Antonio Gates took them on a tour of the stadium, and Derwin James surprised the Sotos with a shopping spree inside the team store.
Derwin James is a special talent, but he also has an infectious personality,
Big
Jim.
time.
You love to be around him, and he's an awesome football player.
There's Cooper with the catch, and wrapped up by Samuel. Good job by the rookie of ending it right after the catch. Samuel, who had that interception of the first quarter.
So Derwin right here, we were just talking about him. He's a Swiss Army knife. He gets down here in the box. He can help out in the run game, but they're watching him. If he gets in here tight, they want to throw bubbles out here. If he stays out deeper, they want to hand the ball off.
2nd and 7. Pollard slips through a tackle and picks up the first down. He got away from Bosa. They now have 83 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns, the Cowboys. Let's go back down to Tracy.
Jim, Mike McCarthy told us they needed to do a better job getting the ball to their backs, and they have done that. Pollard and Elliott sharing the load. McCarthy told us they need to take a long-term approach with Elliott. It's a long season, and they're going to need him.
Yep. He was quick to point out, don't forget, we got the extra game this year, this 17-game season across 18 weeks, and he was looking at the long view. As Tracy pointed out, first down.
And the other part is just scheme matters. Scheme actually matters. If they're all down there, you should throw it. If they're not, you should run it.
Pollard with the short gain. Let's go back to JB and the coach with an update.
Tyler Lockett continuing his fine play.
Little play action, and who does it any better than Russell Wilson? 63 yards, lofts it up. Tyler Lockett makes a miss, and that is his 3rd touchdown of the year. Seattle takes a 10-6 lead over Tennessee.
Back to Jim Nance.
Yeah, Lockett had monster numbers last week against the Colts with the 2 touchdowns and another one today. 2nd and 7. To Wilson. Look at him make one miss. A second miss. Wilson. First it was Derwin James that he got away from, picks up 16.
And you'll see the pressure right here. Bosa gets up the field. Dak does a good job sliding, getting it all the way to the side. But what a play, you said, by Wilson. With Gallup, Michael Gallup out, he's getting more snaps and reps, and he just shows off his ability when he gets the ball in his hands. Kind of an unsung hero, but he's always showing up somewhere when he gets it.
Yeah, they like him. And Gallup on IR with a calf injury. And that's going to be a good gain again as they feed the football to Elliott. 9 carries, 33 yards for him. Now 90 yards on the ground for the Cowboys. The 2 quarterbacks so far in this game are 22 of 25. So only 3 incompletions, 2 of which were interceptions. So only 1 ball's hit the ground. Clement comes out of the backfield as Dallas faces 2nd and 6. Flag down in the area of offensive holding, and the throwaway.
You know, what's funny is you saw the hold on 63, I believe. Biotish.
Might have been a trick.
But he kind of
hold. Okay.
Yeah. You guys saw where he's trying to trip.
Holding offense number 63. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
And 98 Joseph is a big guy, right? You see him right here, clubs with the arm, and that's the Chargers really need more of that to slow down this Cowboy juggernaut right now. And it's really the same thing Dallas does too. It's like your scheme, they're just too good, right? You can't just defend them over. You need the ability to have somebody step up and just create disruption in the backfield, so the ball's got to come out faster.
2nd and 15 off the holding. Back to Wilson. There's a backwards pass. He steps out after a pickup of about 5. So 3rd and 10 coming up for the Cowboys with 6.5 to go in the 2nd quarter.
And just Kellen Moore with a great plan, you know, coming into this game, and it's kind of showing right now.
Third and 10. Dallas 3 out of 4 on 3rd down.
So they like to get on the ball. 3rd and 10. See where everyone's at. Call the play. Get into it. The biggest thing he's looking at is this guy come downhill. I'll throw it here. If he doesn't, stays back. Let's go inside over here to the left. Got to get it off.
Got 1 second to go. Oh, I didn't think it was in time, but they let it. Now it's gotten so loud in here, no one could even hear it. They're going to step him back 5 for the delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Looked like things got switched up twice.
Well, in this
line of scrimmage.
And that's why just that one pressure by Joseph right on that one play. He's a big guy. He's not always in the backfield and passing us, but that was why they're in 3rd and 15, a hold, right? This offense is going up and down, but with one disruption in the backfield, now all of a sudden you can stop this team on a drive.
4 wides for the Cowboys. Cooper to the right. Pressure completed. Ball will be spotted at about the 41-42 yard line. Jarwin with a 2nd catch.
It's a good job by Dak sliding in the pocket, making a good throw.
Cowboys offense staying on the field.
Well, yeah, it's just outside, right? And that's one of those times where the head coach goes, you got 2 downs, you got 2 downs. Now get up on the ball. Look at what they're in. Okay.
4th and 5.
Now let's call it. Guys, here's the coverage. He's got Amari Cooper if he wants him out at the top.
The throw. Incomplete. Samuel broke it up. Cooper was there looking for the catch right off the ground.
This is pass interference, and they got away with it. Samuel playing off coverage, diving in there, making a play. Got away with it, though.
Chargers defense does make a play, takes over. And the Chargers taking over on downs. Inside 5 minutes to go. What's been an exciting first half. First 3 possessions, interception. The Cowboys digs, then field goal, then touchdown. Touchdown drive again that overcame a lot of obstacles. Flags, a couple of 3rd and longs. Cowboys able to put up a wall that time on Eckler. And we remind you that coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher, all the latest scores and highlights. The wrap up of the 1 o'clock games. What's going on in the late action coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Tom Brady now with 3 touchdown passes. One of the games you'll see highlights of. Seattle up on Tennessee. Asante Samuel making quite an impression. in the second game. Here's a 2nd and 9. That's Williams.
Well, and this is Herbert's eyes, right? He moves people, and then all of a sudden he comes out and throws. So these linebackers are in zone, and they're trying to read where you're looking. And all of a sudden, someone gets a lot more yards than they probably should.
You know, we talked about Mike Williams and how Joe Lombardi and his scheme could really be something that Williams would benefit by. We're already seeing it. Kind of has that physical play and down the middle, if you will, ability that he used to have Joe Lombardi, our coordinator down in New Orleans. Here you go, Williams again. And even Joe Lombardi, when we met with him, the new offensive coordinator, there's Joe, the 3rd man down. You know, in New Orleans, he said, you know, I had Marcus Colston play the X, and then I had Michael Thomas. Well, you start hearing that, you say, wow, Michael Williams, Mike could have like a gigantic year.
You're exactly right. And the X, for the people who don't know, is literally the guy who stands in 3-by-1 formations. He's over there by himself. And if he's one-on-one, he gets the ball. And then when he's double teamed, they go to everyone else.
There's the run. With a flag down at the 40. That was Roundtree who ran it.
That's how you're going to stop people today. Whoever gets a holding penalty is the way offenses get stopped.
Holding, offense number 63. 10-yard penalty and repeat 2nd down.
We have another update. JB and the coach have it.
Seattle, steady.
Yeah, strip sack of Ryan Tannehill leads to this 2-yard Chris Carson run, and the Seattle Seahawks now taking a 17-6 lead over Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill has been sacked 8 times in less than 6 quarters.
Back to Jim Nance.
Yeah, they're in danger of going 0-2 after a bad loss last week at home to Arizona. Here's a 2nd and 12. Roundtree hit right after the catch. Keanu Neal read that play. It's a loss of 1.
Yep. And he gets sticky, and then it comes up, and you see Parsons going against Slater. And we got to talk about this guy, Jim.
That's
First-round pick. Last week, Chase Young was on him, and he all of a sudden just dominated Young. So Young gave up almost and went to the other side by the end of the game.
3rd and 13. And the Cowboys pick up the sack. They didn't have one last week. Van Der Esch takes down Herbert. He stepped out of the first pressure, did Herbert, but waiting for him was Van Der Esch, and the Dallas defense makes a stand. Well, 2 minutes to go in the first half. We're about to have our first punt.
Are you
or
sure?
Maybe not.
Are you sure they're going to punt? Let's see the formation. He was up there. Yeah, he was under center.
Yeah, he was licking his fingers, getting ready to throw it. No, not a chance. Ooh, he got hit. The flag's out. Fair caught at the 9-yard line by C.D. Lamb.
And that was a big hit, too, so that could be a 15-yarder. The biggest thing is, was the ball tipped?
John Fossil's not happy about it. That was 4th and 20, that play. It's Wilson.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Yep, that's the big variety. 5 or the 15. That was a 15-yarder for sure.
That literally felt like you're in a video game, and it's like, hey, I kicked that, or I punted that faster. It was going so slow. I'm like, oh, they're totally going to block this, as if the game was slowing down or something, and then it actually helped the Chargers. Because now it's obviously you get a first. It's almost like, hey, I want you to barely get this off and get the penalty for us, okay? Just take the beating. It'll help the team.
How about that as a break? Here's Herbert, who's only from 1 incompletion. That was the interception. He's been good on his last 13 throws. And now he's got 153 and 3 timeouts to work with. He's going to keep it. No, he's not. Gives it up to Allen. And another penalty marker. We've already had now, this will be the 10th flag of the quarter for these two teams.
Yeah, it's going to be the blocking down at the end of the play. Hands to the
Pass
face.
interference.
Pass interference.
Offense, number 15. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, what happens is that he blocked, right? Guyton blocked before the pass was actually caught. And you can't do that. I mean, it's a horrible mistake because it has nothing to do with the play, right? And so when he touches 15 right here, when he touches Brown, it's a penalty because you can't do it until the guy has the ball.
So 1st and 20, back to midfield. 7 penalties on the Chargers. And yet another completion for Herbert. That one to Cook.
Well, and this is, you know, Parsons lining up on the left side right now is really starting to come on. I mean, he's won about 4 of the last 6 times against Storm Norton. He started over there on the other side against Slater 70, but now he's on 74, and he just keeps ducking and weaving. And you see why they drafted him in that first round. A talent who could play a lot of different positions.
2nd and 14. And again, it's Cook. Set up 3rd and about 3. Hurst brings him down. 15 straight completions for Justin Herbert.
Well, even last week, right? I mean, they had like 5 or 7 drops, and he would have been like 35 for 42 or something. It's like he just doesn't make poor decisions very often. That's why that interception was rare.
And the other thing they did last week is they were 14 out of 19 on 3rd down, which is unheard of. They've got a 3rd down here.
Well, he's got mobility, right? He can run a little bit. He also stands in the pocket. He's big, and he's got an arm, and he can see the field.
Trying to escape. Got open room. He can run for it with ease. He's got the 1st down. Had enough defenders who had backed off and gotten out of the area, back down the field. And he steps out of bounds with 25 seconds to go and a new set of downs.
And it's a great job. Pressure's applied up front. Dallas gets, you know, good just opening, coming out, and Herbert has to move, and he goes backwards right there. And now, great job of staying poised. That's what he has when you watch him. He's calm, right? The game doesn't look fast. It's like it's slow, and it makes everyone look good.
8 first downs in the quarter for the Chargers. 25 seconds, and again, they have the 3 timeouts.
And they overcame penalties again. Right? It's like that's not that easy. They're making it look like it.
They did on their touchdown drive. There's Eckler. Brought down by Smith, and they'll call a quick timeout here at 17 seconds. We'll step away for just a moment as the Chargers driving late in the half. Julio Jones has just secured his first touchdown as a member of the Titans. Now what can the Chargers do? Down 3 late in the half.
Well, first they're going to start with
5 more yards.
Space.
Offense, number 13. 5-yard penalty and remains 1st down.
This is a very interesting spot, Jim, because with 17 seconds defensively, you try to get him with a hard cadence, right? They tried to get an easy 5, so you have a 1st down there. And you see Allen jump. But right now, if you're the Cowboys, you're protecting the end zone. And that last chance you had a shot to take, you're going to come out and run the same play. But the Dallas Cowboys have to back up. You can throw this ball right over the middle if you want and get someone quickly.
Got to get away from the defender and heave it. That'll break the completion streak, even though it's caught just for the good of it.
Parsons showing you. Watch on that right side. 11. Another okie doke. Up and under. Whatever other term I can come up with. Outside, inside.
That'll work.
Left to right.
So that ends the completion streak at 16.
Back step, instep.
Yeah. Should write all those down.
Write that down. All right, 3rd and 8.
11 seconds.
Well, you're now saying they got 2 plays. You protect the end zone. You need to throw this ball over the middle of the field or outside and deep in the back of the end zone.
Out of reach for Keenan Allen, and now they'll try to tie it with a field goal.
Yeah. And I didn't love that one. That was almost your chance. You know, those last 2 plays really weren't great play calls, you know. It's like you're kind of just making things tough for no reason. It's like, what do you get out of this?
The 5-yard penalty really kind of just took some of the steam out of it.
Trying to do too much, you know what I mean? It's like I get it. You want that 5 yards. We got 2 plays. Like, let's let our guys play fast and get up and go.
44 yards. Vizcaino already good from 46. And this kick, nope, no good. But the flag is out, and the Chargers say it's against the Cowboys.
Did someone line up off sides again? I mean, that could be on the Chargers.
Yeah, Cowboys are reacting like they think it's going to be favorable for their side.
I think it is.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, offense number 79. The 16-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play at the 34-yard line.
I'll tell you what that could do. You have
a Hail Mary.
Yardage. Yeah, you got a chance to heave one. It's called on Pipkins, Trey Pipkins.
79. See him grab that face mask right there? Boom. He's ripping it off.
Football will come all the way to the Cowboy 49.
This is the swings in this half are just, I mean, up and down. Oh, turnover. Touchdown. Turnover. A penalty. Oh, we're driving. Penalty. Oh, missed field goal. And now Hail Mary, that's going to get caught.
Of course, the Cowboys with the original Hail Mary. Roger Staubach to Drew Pearson up in Minnesota in a playoff game. And that's where the phrase was born in football terms. That is. Timeout called by the Chargers. You know, the Chargers in this quarter, the offense called just in the second quarter for 8 penalties. And now that last one on their special teams.
Yeah, that's just not going to get it done. Like, that's the number one thing. You want your team to be disciplined, right? It's like false starts, taunts, you know, holding penalties. Sometimes things happen, but there's stuff you can control. As a head coach, I'd be very upset.
Look at the Chargers.
The emotion that allows it to happen.
Look, Tony, they send 3 defenders trotting back toward the 10-yard line and beyond.
And everyone has a little different way, right? You got to keep them back there. But sometimes you send pressure with a guy to trim, and then the other part is they're playing man-to-man with everyone. So everyone's double-teamed late. And he'll be the spy right here. He's going to guard the back and then take off to the quarterback.
Timeout called by Dak.
Oh, gosh. It's like a basketball game. It takes an hour, the last 3 seconds.
Could be the first time that the NFL in its history has ever had a halftime score of 14-11.
No, that's not true.
You remember another one?
No, but I just can't believe that's actually true. Come on.
Yeah, who says it's halftime? There's still 3 seconds.
11, never. I mean, 14 happens all the time, but 11's never happened before with a 14. I'm not buying it.
Never.
Not buying it. I think you just made it up.
Will they try that play we saw last week in Kansas City at the end of the half by the Browns where they go short, middle of the field?
You can't. Yeah, because they're up there on a man-to-man now. He's got to try and scramble and then throw it.
Lamb with the catch. Able to get away from Murray. He's got Elliott off his right wing. Gives it to Elliott. He's out of bounds at the 4.
Oh, I think he got to the 1, Jim.
Well, I think it might have been a forward lateral. I'm not sure, but Derwin James able to save the day. The last man in the last line of defense.
And we talked about it earlier. You just need to get the ball in CeeDee Lamb's hand. He's going to make something happen. And right here, they're playing backyard. This is just the option right there.
That was
Tommy
a clean
Frazier
rattle.
over to who?
Yeah. Well, they needed 51, Tony. They got 49.
Wow.
Incredible.
What a half. 14-11. It stands.
Yes. First time ever. 14-11 Cowboys. Halftime next. It's Pollard, and he's across. He escapes. He dives. Touchdown. Zeke Elliott with the touchdown. And again, Zach opened it up for Zeke. Well, it was the first half that really ran commensurate with the crowd and the energy in this stadium in Inglewood, California. Back with Tony. 14-11 is the halftime score. Cowboys in front. What kind of adjustments are you looking for each side at halftime?
I think the first adjustment would be to try and stop the other team. I think penalties have stopped them a little bit, right? And the quarterbacks both made one poor decision. That stopped it. But otherwise, these teams are going up and down the field. I think right now you've got to put more pressure on these quarterbacks. And just, they're nickeling and diming each other, but they're for like 10 yards nickel and diming, and that's just too much. You got to plaster, get up on these receivers, and just accept the fact that they're going to actually create some plays. But you can't just let them do this so softly.
All right, halftime report from Tracy. What did you learn at the intermission, Trace?
Well, Tony, you mentioned it, the penalties. Brandon Staley obviously not pleased with them. 9 penalties, 79 yards. He said he thinks his team came in a little amped up. They need to settle down, get back to the fundamentals and the technique. Another key in this second half is going to be their run defense. He said they need to tackle better and be better at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, Tracy, Dallas will put up all of its points in the first quarter, while the Chargers put up 8 points in the second quarter. Here's Eckler, kind of left side, and going to be pushed back by Watkins. The quarterbacks, each with only 3 incompletions in that first half.
Yeah, and it's just high efficiency, right? Like, you just feel like if they don't have a penalty, it's like these two are going to make the right decision. They're going to go over and over again and just keep moving the chains.
These two quarterbacks work with the same throwing coach in the offseason, both Dak and Justin, with John Beck.
Oh, he's doing something right.
He is. A lot of people want to sign up for him, and there are. Eckler. Smith on his back, though spotted about a foot shy of the first. Beck, a former quarterback out of BYU, had a brief career in the NFL, and this was the first down yardage needed. He's a half yard short. The Dallas defense that emphasized, Tony, as you know it, living still in Dallas, that emphasized defense in the draft. They had 106 of the first 115 picks in the draft. 6 of them, they went all defense. Wow. 3rd and 1, Eckler into the pile. I think the Cowboys smothered them up short, no gain.
Wow. And this right here, I'd go for this. I know it's way back on your side, but if you can't get half a yard in 2 plays, they might bring the chains out here. But great job by Dallas.
They don't have to bring it out with the touchback. They know they got to touch the stripe, and they're inches shy, and the offense is still on the field, Tony.
I don't know what they're discussing, but the refs are discussing something then. Like, they're in the middle, they're conversing, and he's like, listen, do they really think they're going to go for this? I don't know. I'm saying, okay, if they do, you guys are prepared, right?
Should we wait a little longer for the punter to come out?
Okay, guys.
All right, let's go.
The question on the field was the validity of the game clock, which is correct.
I love that.
There you go.
We've decided everything is good. Just what's going on. This is huge right here. You're going to stop. You need your defense to step up. Someone's got a knife inside.
4th and inches. He's got it. 6'6". Herbert falls forward for the first.
And watch, he's so big. I mean, you got to get up in there, especially with a guy that size. He did a great job of his body language, not tipping that off, you know, where everyone's super in there tight.
Filer, the left guard, did a good job. They got him in the offseason, signed free agent by way of Pittsburgh. So a new set of downs from the 37. Looking deep for Williams. Gunning it for Williams. Got the catch at the Cowboy 30.
I'm telling you, this is where I said he always makes a wild throw at some point, and this ball.
Flag back at the line of scrimmage, Tone.
Oh boy, that's going to be huge. Another penalty, shocker. Another big play and another penalty on a team.
On the Charger offense.
An eligible member of the offense illegally downfield prior to the pass. Number 76, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Would have been a 31-yard play.
I think that's not a good. This isn't that. So C76 right here.
Babushi.
He's okay right there. But that's kind of a ticky-tack call. I don't think he's that far down the field, and his momentum kind of takes him. But once again, another mistake, and that costs you. What a gun, though. I mean, that
was an impressive throw.
Forget, that
was on the line. Timeout called by Dallas.
Well, yeah, it's empty, and they weren't lined up right. Someone was uncovered.
10 penalties on the Chargers. Cowboys lead it 14-11. Back here at the SoFi Stadium complex, 2.5-acre open-air plaza, home at the end of the season to Super Bowl 56. Inside here, here's a 1st and 15 out for the Cowboy timeout, and with pressure, that ball is picked up by Jalen Smith, but it's an incompletion. Odigizua was in on Herbert.
Oh, it's a screen, so you're trying to let him go right by. Good job by him. But 92 Armstrong sensed it and kind of disrupted the play.
By the way, Inside the NFL is streaming now. The hardest hitting team of analysts in football provide expert insight and exclusive commentary you can't find anywhere else. Stream new episodes Tuesdays, 9:30 p.m. exclusively on Paramount Plus. 2nd and 15. Jumping in front and almost coming up with the theft is Curse. Jaron Curse.
I'm really impressed with Curse today. He had that one time, you know, he made the interception, but he held him just for a second. But every play, he's showing up and doing it aggressively and coming downhill. I mean, there's so many times he's taken on a double team or a blocker and disrupted a run. And then on the back end, I mean, he's got great instincts. I'm impressed, Jim.
Yeah, he's doing a lot with Donovan Wilson inactive because of a groin injury. Stepping up. 4th third down for the Chargers, of 3rd and 10 or longer. And the pass on the money for a 1st down at the 27 with Keenan Allen.
Oh my gosh. That ball all the way across the field in a turkey hole against 2 men. And Diggs stops because no one throws that.
He actually got a hand on it. See the way the ball arrived?
It was a great job, but I mean, this throw,
42 yards it is.
Yeah, but the throw was like 64 yards from that hash. Look at, he's on that left side and in rhythm and
in balance.
And you notice him looking off that whole time. Ooh.
From the Cowboy 26. Chargers' longest play of the game. And up the middle, the pass completed to the 18 to Justin Jackson. I was going to say this, the 4th time they've converted, or it's the 4th time they've faced 3rd and 10 plus, and they've converted 3 of the 4 times.
And that right there is a good job by Joe Lombardi, the offensive coordinator, giving them a full 7-man protection where you have time, and then you let your guy throw a hose on the sideline.
2nd and 2, and Cowboys jump across. Jackson able to break through it and pick up a 1st down.
And that's deflating, right? As the game goes on, the D-line gets a little more tired. All these, just them being out there for this kind of time, and it's just deflating when that happens. And when Allen makes that catch, right? That's also great concentration because that ball was tipped.
Yeah, it didn't arrive there on a tight spiral. In the last moment, Diggs had no time barely to adjust off the tip. So a new set of downs again. Chargers, 2 tight ends. Eckler back in at running back. To Eckler. He's wrapped up. Vander Esch. It's an interesting little matchup with the coordinators, if you will. As you see, that one was touched, I believe, by Armstrong. You got Dan Quinn, D coordinator for the Cowboys, a longtime head coach, of course, 6 years in Atlanta, going against Joe Lombardi. They've met twice a year, the Saints and the Falcons. There's Quinn.
Yes, you're exactly right, and he's done a great job.
Herbert keeps it. Nothing there.
He's done a great job of morphing, right? He studied himself, and he studied and he looked and goes, we're just not tight enough on some of these throws and everything over the years, the Seattle zone system and everything, and they've morphed it. And Dan Quinn, I give him credit. I love what I see. They play a lot more cover 4. In other words, that there's 4 guys back instead of just 3, and that help all the way to the end zone, and that gives teams a little bit of trouble, and you're seeing it play out that way. But huge play right here.
Another 3rd and 10 plus. Can they do it again? Herbert. Incomplete. The target was Jared Cook. Jalen Smith was there to help break it up.
And Jalen Smith's one-on-one on this play. He does a great job of keeping his leverage inside, and Herbert throws the ball behind, but he kind of had to a little bit with the safeties in front. He protected it. But actually, that was Jalen Smith disrupting right off the ball. He gets up into Cook and makes the whole route get thrown off time-wise.
Vizcaino now again to tie it. Made from 46, missed from 44. This from 32. And hold on.
There's no timeout. Guys, are they kicking a field goal here this time? Yeah, it looks like it. Are you sure? It looks like it. Okay, you guys ready for the field goal unit? Yep. All right, everything's good.
The action on the field was stopped in order to respot the football.
You overheard and eavesdropped on a lot of those conversations through the years.
Yeah, I had a time where I
stick your nose right in the huddle.
I had a 4th and inches one time, and I'm talking to him, and I kind of used my foot and tried to move it forward. And
Come on, I saw you do that on the golf course. No, I didn't. Kick is good.
Oh, yes, you did.
11 unanswered now for the Chargers. The game's tied at 14. Still without a punt in the game because the one we had in the first half was a roughing the kicker call. 14-14 in the 3rd. Back in the Los Angeles area. A chance to observe a good one here. Week 2. The Chargers in a division right now that has not lost. Everyone won the first week. And already with 2 wins on the board today, with the Raiders winning at Pittsburgh and Denver taking a game at Jacksonville.
Well, you know, talking about Joey Bosa creating a lot of pressure coming in today, an outstanding job. You see Steele one-on-one there, but a lot of it also is the play call and Kellen Moore getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, and then giving them protection on 3rd down, chipping them.
Those highlights, that was a look back. Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. And the running play out to about the 31 with Elliott. Now 10 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown.
And right there behind Tyron Smith, who's had quite the day. This offensive line done an outstanding job protecting the quarterback, running the football. I mean, everything's efficient. Just penalties, right? Both teams.
It's a first down catch.
Too easy, just too much space for all these guys out on the field.
Tracy,
well, Mike McCarthy also frustrated with that first half flat flags, too many costly penalties. He said they need to reset, get back to playing with some tempo. As for that 4th and 5 call in the first half, he said it wasn't as much as wanting the points, but he liked the one-on-one matchup with Amari.
That pass went incomplete to Amari as Elliott shows a burst to the Charger 46.
And the offensive line starting to wear him down.
You just mentioned Tyron Smith. He was one of those who really opened it up for him on that side.
Yeah, and that's a huge hole. Connor Williams does a good job coming down. Zeke finishes the play, but really an outstanding tackle by Adderley because Zeke is hard to bring down in space. And he gets a hold of that leg. Take a look at this formation, Jim. Here's Tyron Smith right down here on the bottom of your screen.
And it's coming back over to Pollard. For a first down. As the Chargers defense right now is getting worn down. Again, Tyron Smith out there.
Take a look at Tyron. Good luck, whoever's coming out there on him. You'll see. Oh, 44. That's Tyron Smith on you right there, White. You don't normally go in a running play basically out there. Another play to neutralize Bosa, right? Get the ball out of your hands quickly. No one's rushing us.
There's Bosa on your side. Run back in his direction. He's there to meet him at the 28. So the first quarter, it felt like the Cowboys offense was on the field the whole time. Second quarter kind of felt like it was the Chargers out there the whole time. And now the Cowboys with their first drive of the third quarter, moving the football with big chunk plays.
Yeah, Kellen Moore was going to be a head coach next year. Someone's going to pick him up. I think it's about his time. And you get back to that same play. Got to watch out for a trick play, right? Oh. Or we should just hand the ball off. What do you think, Jim?
Twice in the last 3 plays. Pass to the side, far side, and immediate contact by James on Lamb.
Yeah, it's a good job. James plays deep and comes up and makes the tackle.
Loss of 4, Tony. We've got Lamb now with 7 catches. Been a quiet day so far as you see this contact by Derwin James. Quiet so far for Amari Cooper, 2 for 12.
Yeah. I don't think Cooper's going to be quite that quiet on this play, though, Jim.
Oh, you see it right here?
No, he's done it covered. He'll never get it on this one.
Looking his way, and the pocket collapses on Prescott. James with back-to-back plays and the double whammy. The 2 stars of that defense, James and Joey Bosa. Even Jerry Tillery was in on that.
Bosa up top comes in. You see a great rush and the pressure. They don't do it a lot, but when they do, they get to the quarterback, and Prescott looking for Cooper and just hung on to the ball 1 tick too long.
Brian Anger in the punt, and barring a penalty, this will be our official first punt of the game.
And out of field goal range there. Ooh.
Yep, because of the sack.
That's just a huge one right there.
Wow.
That's one where you have to throw it away. Dak's played an outstanding game today. Really only 2 plays he would want back, right? The interception and maybe that one.
Well, we got a flag.
Offense.
We'll back him up to the 47.
Remains 4th down.
Giving Anger a little bit more room to operate. KJ Hill stands inside the 10. Special teams were really problematic for the Chargers last year in almost every area. You don't feel this one, do you?
No.
Wow, Hill has pinned his own team back at the 8-yard line.
Welcome back to SoFi. They say everything is bigger in Texas, but this massive infinity screen here at the stadium is the largest in the NFL. It stretches 120 yards, weighs 2.2 million pounds, and contains 70,000 square feet of digital LED. And to me, one of the best things about it is being able to watch all the other games during pregame.
Here's Eckler running backwards and picking up 9. Reminds me of your media center at your house, Tony.
Yeah, exactly like that. That's amazing. It really is a sight to see. I mean, when you see it, it's got that wow factor.
Speaking of wow factor, of course, we've seen this before. What a fun way to watch a game at field level in the field level luxury suites.
Yeah, they're awesome. All these suites. I mean, special place here.
2nd and 1. Back to Eckler, shakes it off for the first down, and gets about 5. It's his 7th catch of the game.
And Cowboys get good pressure up the middle, and Herbert does a good job. Just, some of his best plays that he makes. And Dak's similar, right? It's like they're big, tough, physical, but just checking the ball down when stuff breaks down, can sometimes be the difference. In the last 3rd down, that was the difference with a field goal or not. And Herbert made a poor one earlier, like all quarterbacks do, but these guys both do a great job of getting the ball to their backs when stuff breaks down and making good plays out of stuff that could be bad.
On the bootleg, the pass is complete. And that's to Steven Anderson. Bounced around the league a little bit in his 4 years out of Cal. Picks up 7.
I'm starting to like what the Cowboys are doing, though. In this half, they're starting to get their hands on and getting up a little tighter, right? Doesn't mean you're just going to give up a big play. It just means make it a little harder than just, throw the ball over the middle for 8 yards and do it over and over with a soft zone. And I think the Chargers need to start to do more of that. And And on the last drive they did, when James made that 5-yard loss and made it go to 3rd and 11, all of a sudden you're not behind the 8 ball, you're in front of it. Is that a word? In front of the 8 ball?
Yeah, I think so. You say it is.
It works.
Here's Herbert. Almost there. That was Eckler with another marker on the field.
That's going to be a hold, I think, on the Cowboys. Hooker, I thought, was just looking down there. It looked like he was holding number 28.
It is on the Cowboys.
Holding, defense, number 7. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It's a Cowboy defense, Tony, that had 4 takeaways at Tampa. This is what you're talking about. You saw it live.
Oh, it was Diggs, yeah.
1 takeaway in this game. But a defense that was always playing from behind last year, in a year where the franchise tried to overcome so many injuries. They're hoping that his recent rash of things that have happened, like to DeMarcus Lawrence, is going to simmer down. Gregory also out, of course, with COVID protocol. That's out to the 40 for Jackson. It's tough, though, when you come into a game, Tony, you're missing both of your starting defensive ends.
It's never a good thing. A defensive coordinator never loves that, and that's why Parsons, number 11 right there, is playing defensive end. But I thought they've done a decent job today. You know, this team has a lot of movement, stunts up front, so you don't always have to have the biggest, strongest, best guys. They sometimes create mismatched movement. You can slide through holes and disrupt it. But right now, they got to get up on the outside and get their hands on these receivers. 2nd and 6.
Curse is on him. Pass got away. Almost ended up in the hands of the Cowboys. That's incomplete. That's Armstrong, who at the end, after Allen made a play on the ball, almost was able to get a takeaway for Dallas.
And he comes back and gets hit.
Oh, how about you want it?
And luckily, he doesn't throw it right to the Cowboys. Wow, Curse, though, great instincts. Another outstanding job by Curse, disrupting the play.
Been in a bunch of plays, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. You could just see his instincts, right? He's able to see and react faster.
3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, and they've got the first down with Guyton taking it to the Cowboys 44.
I think it was Palmer. Yeah.
Palmer.
But,
beg your pardon, Joshua Palmer, the rookie they took in the 6th round or 3rd round out of Tennessee.
Eyes downfield, fire to the sideline, and make it look like it's routes on air by yourself. That's not an easy throw, and he just does that stuff as if he's just, it's a little chip shot for him. It's not the full iron, and that's why he's so good on 3rd down, Jim. It's just stuff that's hard looks easy.
They feel really good about the find. They got with Palmer to the other side. They go to Williams, and he's got another 9 on what his 6th catch of the game. So now the Chargers picking up some momentum.
And you see how big he is, right? That ball, there's so much radius, you know, places to throw it to him. And Herbert with that cannon, just another out cut in rhythm. Dak's been sitting a long time, right? I mean, I know they were out there, but it's like, that's just a long time for an offense to be waiting. You get antsy and you start to try and press sometimes.
Bad snap, he recovers, he flings it wide open at the 7, and in for the touchdown is Donald Parham. But another marker on the field.
I tell you what, this is going to be a huge call. Do they call the penalty on the Chargers for holding there, or
Tony Corrente?
Action at the line of scrimmage, holding. Offense number 87. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And I thought I saw that too. I mean, it's almost like it looked like he almost grabbed Van Der Esch, 55's face mask. We're going to see 87 and 55 right down here. Let's see. Does he hold him?
Had his hand inside the pad, the shoulder pad here, Tony. Is that holding right there? Maybe there was a little bit of the face mask.
It definitely looks like it's extreme, right? But I think you're going to get called for that. You can't do that. When you have your arm like that in that bar and it looks like, and then you grab a hold of it, it's a penalty. And that's huge, though. Wow, what a play call. And they had him wide open.
That wipes out the 36-yard touchdown. 2nd and 12. Eckler, what a catch he makes. And there's a flag coming down on this one.
I mean, that's an unbelievable catch by Eckler, and then you're going to get a
personal foul penalty on Dallas.
Tacked in at the end. I mean, by the way, that throw, another one. Just keep going wild. I mean, it's getting normal now, right? But he has 1 inch to put this in, and he literally does it.
How about the catch?
The
hit to the head by Tiggs. Forearm shiver.
One-handed, running back on a wheel or on an out and up.
How did he hold on?
I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys defense is actually playing pretty good.
Yep.
You know, just that some of these plays.
Offside defense, number 56, in the neutral zone at the snap. This penalty is declined.
Wait a minute.
Personal foul.
Oh, there you go.
Unnecessary roughness, number 7. This 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
And Eckler's going to go into the tent to be evaluated after the shot to the head.
Now they're going to get all the way down to the 13-yard line.
A drive that started back at their own 9-yard line. Roundtree comes in for Eckler. Open, but closing in on him quickly as Guyton picks up about 4, maybe 5.
Well, if you needed to stand up and get a stop, Dallas, right now, I mean, you just get the feeling whichever quarterback, right? You've said it, it's going to come down to the efficiency of these two, and this is a time to get your hands on these guys, right? Be aggressive, because you know this is going to be one of their good plays they've been ready for all week. They got something designed.
Closing seconds of the 3rd quarter.
And now watch this coming right back in here.
To the end zone and over the head of Williams.
And I think Herbert finally went to the wrong side. But you know what? That's good. The back shoulder, you know, to Williams. If they get that down, they're going to be really difficult to stop. That's more of a 3rd down, you know, under pressure kind of situation.
They bring Jackson in at running back. Again, Eckler helping get this far, but they don't have their main back inside the 10 as he's in the tent. 3rd and 6. End zone. Intercepted.
And we just said it, they need to come up with a huge play. And what a mistake by Herbert. Throwing the ball. And Kazee comes up with a momentum-changing and possibly a game-winning move.
Intercepted. You get 82 yards of offense to go down the field and end up with a red zone interception, just the 2nd career red zone interception thrown by Herbert. Here's the last play of the quarter.
Well, Allen fell down there. And
Pollard takes off. And the Cowboys will start the 4th quarter at midfield.
How about that? The last 15 seconds of that half. You're not looking great, Dallas. Now you get an interception, then you come out, boom, and this place starting to get electric.
Saw Chase Daniel there to the right, the backup quarterback, who's such a good mentor. And you talk to the coaches there with the Chargers. He's like another coach, and he was trying to diagram and show some things to Justin Herbert. We're about to start the 4th quarter. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. Here we go. Tied at 14. Cowboys haven't scored since the opening quarter. That's a 2-yard gain. Hey, tonight, Cedric the Entertainer hosts television's biggest night. The 73rd Emmy Awards. That's tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on CBS. Good luck to all the nominees.
You're going to that tonight, huh?
Heading home.
Oh.
I thought you might be, though.
Dad of the Year.
It's the only award that counts.
Exactly right.
2nd and 7. There's Pollard. He's been showing something here in this game. Oh, and he's able to stay on his feet. Had that 28-yard run to end the third quarter. He ran behind Connor Williams. He's got another big gain. Give him 23 this time. He's too shy of 100.
Great job by him, but this is the key to the play. Amari Cooper, are you going to lay your body on the line and go up here and get that safety? Yup. And that's what allows him to pop it outside. Wow, that was one of the big keys.
Earns another carry. And he's got a gain of about 2.
And the blocking today has been outstanding. This is the Dallas Cowboys recipe. Tyron Smith, a wall over there, over and over again. And then you go to the other side, and Zach Martin in the run game, just displacing the guys up front and getting movement. And then you get time in the pocket and efficient football, and really it comes down to right now these plays to score, right?
Yep, and there's Pollard, who just got the 100-yard mark. 101 yards, actually, on 11 carries, plus a touchdown. 2nd and 7. They're getting it over to C.D. Lamb, and Derwin James says, you're not going anywhere. Maybe give him 1 off the forward progress.
Yeah, you're not going to do that against Derwin James. I mean, that's how they stopped them. The last time they had the ball, they had the similar thing. They threw a quick one out there, and James came up and stopped them.
So you got a 3rd and 6. They're going to bring both Cooper and Lamb to the right.
Well, this is where you got to take away. You're always trying to, in this system, take away their 2 best players. So they're going to try and double team him and double team up there. They're going to try and go somewhere else on offense.
Looking for Cooper. And the pass instead to the 11-yard line goes to Schultz for the first down.
Great job by Dak Prescott standing in under pressure. As you see on a big, huge 3rd down, Bosa gets in there.
Boy, did he get clobbered. Stood in there, though. Delivered it perfectly.
It was, and Schultz goes down and gets it. All right, similar position as the Chargers. Can Dallas take advantage and score? Can the Chargers turn the tide?
Yeah, all tied at 14 from the 11. It's Zeke.
It's a lot of emotion for a 1-yard run.
So the Cowboys, that first quarter, again, they picked up 13 first downs in the first 15 minutes. This is the first time Dallas has done that in over 20 years in a quarter. But things settled down. The Chargers kind of dominated possession time. Herbert was trying to take the lead on that last series at about this same point on the field when he threw the pick. Now what will Dallas do on 2nd and 9? End zone. Incomplete. What a great job by Adderley to deny Jarwin.
Almost the same thing that Herbert did.
Yeah.
Where they throw it and all of a sudden the guy goes right around and Adderley jumps up and really should have probably had it. And both quarterbacks. Dak gets away with that one. Herbert's didn't.
Adderley on the injury report all week with a groin injury, but made a great play there. Here's the 3rd and 9. Pressure. He's hit. The ball's out. Ball is out.
Fackrell hits him. What a rush. 52 comes right around.
Recovered by the Cowboys, so they'll be able to bring out Zuerlein with an attempt to take the lead back after that early 14-3 advantage. What a hit by Fackrell. Zach Martin was the one who recovered it, Tony.
I mean, it's huge. Fackrell with an outstanding job on Tyron Smith, which is hard to do. And that ball gets out, and Zach Martin with a huge recovery, giving the Cowboys a chance to take the lead.
It's 34 yards, is what it is. 10:33 to go in the game to take the lead. And the kick is good. From 34 yards away, Zuerlein puts the Cowboys ahead 17-14. Aerial coverage on a beautiful day provided by Goodyear. Again, February 13th, Super Bowl 56. We'll be here, third different venue in Los Angeles to host the Super Bowl. Coliseum, of course, got it all started back in 1967. The Rose Bowl hosted as well. SoFi will be next up. Here's the kick. It will not be returned. By the way, Saturday, a college football doubleheader on CBS begins at noon Eastern. Mountain West matchup, Boise State and Utah State. 3:30, the SEC on CBS. Texas A&M will clash with 16th ranked Arkansas. Full afternoon of college football Saturday on CBS. Jerry Jones will be very interested in that Razorback game. Of course, Arkansas with a huge win over Texas a week ago. But a lot of people don't realize, born in Los Angeles. Oh, he's so always tied, of course, to Arkansas, where he played football and Cowboys, but born in El Segundo, right here in the LA area. That's Eckler, who returned to the game after being evaluated. Picks up about 3. And, of course, Jerry played football for the Hogs, co-captain of the national championship team back in 1964.
He's always had a passion for football, obviously a passion for Arkansas and the Cowboys. What a great guy. I love that guy.
2nd and 7. And there's a handoff. And bouncing out with the first down is Guyton. Yeah, I mentioned there's a story. What a story uncovered by Sam Farmer of the LA Times about Jerry Jones' childhood. Went out and found the house. He was born here. That's his first home. It's located 3 blocks from the south runway of LAX and 5 miles from SoFi Stadium. Sam discovered the whole thing. His father built that house for $400. Lived there through his first 6 years before the family moved to Arkansas. Maybe his dad used to walk around the house and say, "How about them Rams?" Who knows? 1st and 10. His hometown team for so long. Anderson with the catch. We got an update. JB and the coach take it away.
Brady with his 5th touchdown of the game.
Yeah, the 5th one, JB. This one to Chris Godwin from 12 yards out. Tampa Bay takes the lead over Atlanta 35-25.
Jim, I know you know the records. Brady is 3rd all time with games of 5 touchdowns or more. Back to Jim Nance.
How about the start to the season by TB12? Crazy.
He's going to have a future in this sport if he keeps it up.
Yeah, I think so. Williams with the catch.
It's remarkable. And you see right now these young guys trying to capture some of that Brady magic and take their team down in the 4th quarter. Dak did a great job in the last drive getting them in position. They get a field goal out of it. Now Herbert using his eyes. Wow. It's a great shot right there by our team downstairs, showing you his eyes. Impressive.
7 catches, 91 yards for Williams, and a touchdown. Still has it. Being chased. Can avoid a loss. Kamara was running after him. Was able to take it for a pickup of about 3.
And everything's covered on this play. It's a great job by the Dallas Cowboys to match, plaster their man. And really Herbert just showing the ability not to take a negative play. Today, the 2 interceptions is rare, but he usually makes great decisions. Covered. There's a safety on top of him there. Covered.
Halfway through the 4th, 2nd and 7. Pitches it back to Jackson. He dives because he knows he's near the sticks. Got another update. Let's get it right back to the studio in New York.
Bill Cowher says a runner's got to want it.
Yeah, it's about reps. Here's Derrick Henry. Finally gets loose into the secondary. Not to be caught. 60 yards. And now Seattle's lead's been cut from 30 to 23 for Tennessee.
12-17 left in regulation. Jim Nance.
All right, so a good one going on up the coast in Seattle. 7-yard carry by Jackson got him the first down. And again, he handles it this time for about 4.
Right here, this is every single time you get near an end zone, right? It's like you got to get 7 points everything. But right now, this game can get away from you in a hurry. If you're Justin Herbert, this team for a long time was not good in one-score games late, right? I mean,
that's a miserable record for a long time.
And now they're 5-0 the last 5 times with Herbert, right?
And 4 of those are by 4 points or less.
Yes, and these are the kind of plays, these are the drives right here that you've always needed a guy like this, and we'll see if he's able to do it again.
2nd and 6. He was looking deep, intermediate. Instead, it's Keenan Allen tiptoeing down to about the 3-yard line. That's where they spot him out at the 3.
And that's why you give him the ball. You never run it twice and throw it once. You let him throw it twice on every single 3-down sequence, and you see Allen goes up, gives Diggs a little shake.
That's a 30-yard pass play that puts Herbert over 300 for the 10th time in his career. 10 out of 17 games he's been over 300.
It's just him and Mahomes, right? Like we've already talked about it. It's rare stuff, but these are the plays right here. That last one, this one, that decide.
We got it one-on-one on the top with Williams. He's going to go left instead, and it's caught and reach it across his Cook. Touchdown Chargers. And a flag once again may tarnish the Chargers' offense best plans.
And it might be taunting on the Chargers here, but don't take anything away. What a throw, what a catch, and to extend that play and get it out there by Cook. Watch, Kearse does a great job, 27, of getting under this pick. And that ball's high heat. And then the extension by Cook.
Illegal shift, offense. Number 84 and 81 moved at the same time and did not reestablish their position. 5-yard penalty will be enforced. Repeat, first down. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 87 against Los Angeles Chargers. This penalty is declined. It is first down.
That was a lot to unpack right there, Jim, but that is huge. The touchdown's off, right?
That's the second touchdown in the game wiped out by penalty for the Chargers. Remember, they had the 36-yard touchdown throw that was called back.
And obviously the taunting at the end, you can't spin the ball right in front. We knew that. We just didn't know about the first one.
Let me bring
Gene in?
Yeah, bring in. Gene, here they're trying to figure out where to spot it, and they're going to spot it at the 7. What did you see there, Gene?
They're going to go back to the previous spot, penalize 5 yards for the illegal shift. Because the taunt happens after the touchdown, they can't stack that penalty on. They've got to pick either or, but if they would decline the illegal shift, they would have to award the Chargers a touchdown and then 15 on the extra point. That's why they declined the taunt.
I was wondering about that one. Great job. Here's the 1st and goal throw, and it hits the defender Brown in the back.
It's a great job defensively. Brown talked about it this second half, right? They're plastering. They're up on these guys, and this throw is really difficult. It's just got to be higher. One of the rare underthrown balls by the quarterback.
Great clarification, though, by Gene right there. Like, you're wondering at first, like, well, why would you take the bigger penalty? Because if you did, you'd had to force it after the touchdown.
Well, here we go.
2nd and goal. Can they overcome yet a parade of flags and get into the end zone and take the lead for the first time in this game? Got all kinds of time, backpedaling to the 20, and now, watch out, unloads it, does not make it back to the line of scrimmage, but he was hit when he threw it. Cowboys are signaling, hey, we want grounded.
Oh, they're calling him down.
He was driving backwards.
No.
It is going to be third down from this spot.
Wow, he's back at the 26.
They're calling him down at the 25, a sack, which I don't think is a good call here, but they're going to call it.
They said because he was in the grass and he was backpedaling. Wow, that was awfully quick to make that call.
That's not a good call, but he's down there. You want to protect the quarterback.
It's an 18-yard loss.
Gene, tell us, what did you think there?
Well, you know what, I know what you guys are saying, but at some point you've got to let that quarterback make a great play there, and he's still trying to throw a ball, so he's not in a defenseless posture. He's trying to create another play, and I do disagree with the blow of forward progress on that play.
We agree with you. Here's a 3rd and goal all the way back at the 25. You saw Staley in hysteria as they've had a touchdown taken away, and that penalty, or that call as well. And Eckler is going to somersault down at the 11, and now they'll come out for a field goal, try to tie it at 4.5 to go.
Oh, wow, what a call. That, I mean, if I'm a Charger fan, I'm not very happy. If you're a Cowboy fan, you're like, yes, he was down totally. But quick whistle. Now you got a field goal.
Yep, and it's a short one, too. So it's only going to be about 29 yards. Vizcaino, raised 50 miles east of SoFi Stadium in Chino Hills, has a chance to tie this game as we move under 4 minutes. And that kick is good. Just barely inside the right upright.
Just a bit inside.
But this quick whistle cost him, and a touchdown taken off the board as well. Taping up Austin Eckler, who's had 9 catches in the game. You know, the Chargers, their last 2 possessions, they actually drove it inside the 10, but produced only 3 points. We're tied with 3:54 to go. Cowboys trying to avoid the 0-2 start. Chargers trying to match everyone else in their division has played so far today and win. No one in the West has lost so far in the AFC, as Pollard gets a whole group around him near the 25, and yet another calling coming from the officials.
Well, right here, 3:49 to go in the game, Jim. Your defense is exhausted on both sides.
And Dallas already, of course, shorthanded, so, you know, but a couple players out.
Yep. Dallas is in a perfect spot right here, right?
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 14. Penalty assessed half the distance to the goal, first down.
It's only week 3. Next week, we're going to be in Kansas City. We're going to see the Chargers again take on the Chiefs. Other regional action. Some will get a game late. Dolphins and Raiders. Raiders 2-0. All starts noon Eastern. JB and the guys. NFL Today next Sunday. NFL is on CBS. That penalty on the special teams backs up Dallas to the 13-yard line. Oh, what a stick on Zeke. Great play by Murray, who was injured early in the game, had to be taken to the locker room.
Yeah, and you see his explosiveness. Comes downhill. You set the edge right there. Bosa and Murray comes flying inside. This is a huge drive, right? The Cowboys, we've been watching them since 2019, Jim. We talked how good the Chargers are becoming in one-score games. They used to be not good, right? Well, the Cowboys have been 3-10, which is second worst in the NFL over the last few years. 7 points or fewer type games, right? This is an opportunity to say this is a different year. They lost it last week. You got to start to show it that we can do it, and your team starts to believe.
Second and 11. Jarwin able to fight and bounce around for an extra couple yards, but 3rd and maybe 4 coming up, with us now inside the 3-minute mark. Kellen Moore, what will he call? Your former backup, your former teammate.
Well, I think he's going to call whatever play I see. And then I'll say that's what I thought.
Right, exactly. I know that.
But the biggest one you're going to want to do is get the ball over the middle quickly.
3rd down. Wide open in the flat. Elliott with the first. Steps out at 2:30.
I can't believe this, okay? It's 3-on-2. And you're going to see he's got 3 guys over here, but he makes a perfect throw to Elliott, and he gets out. But these 2 guys for the Chargers are disgusted with themselves. Miscommunication. And Dak could sense it and get it out there for a huge first down.
Well, you're not kidding. Would have probably given the Chargers football off of a punt near the 50 or their own 40, and a run to the 31. And that's Pollard tackled down by Bosa.
And I like that. I honestly would probably take this down to the 2-minute. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, you can run a play here, but you get in 3rd down, all you're doing is giving the other team even more time.
Well, they hurry to the line. We'll see if they do anything.
You have all day. You got 2 timeouts. You just need a field goal. You know, I just think I'd try and draw them off sides. I wouldn't actually call the play here.
No play here. 2-minute warning with a tie game. The NFL is on CBS. Coming up, the State Farm post-game show, time permitting. JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, Coach Cower. Scores and highlights. State Farm post-game show. Cowboys with 2 timeouts. Remember, they had to burn one in the early third. 2nd and 5. And Elliott about a yard short. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Ooh, I don't know. I can understand the call, right? But it's getting awfully close. And it's good. I mean, if you're going to do it there, I would get back on the ball and do that exact same thing, Jim.
Bosa not in on this play.
Just literally get up and do the same thing. And if they want to attack there, you just keep the ball back. But hand them the ball or don't.
Shifting on that defensive front. It goes back to Elliott. He's got the first. Got the first at the 39.
There you go. Now you get going. For the Dallas, you don't use any timeouts. If I'm the Chargers, I actually start to take timeouts right after this play. But I start getting aggressive at Dallas Cowboys here.
Bosa back in. Back to Elliott. And White brings him down at the 43. Clock running inside of a minute.
Well, this is funny. Right here, because it was only 3 yards, I wouldn't use it. The Chargers, great job. Because right now, they're almost behind just a little bit. The Cowboys on getting themselves into position.
2nd down, pass, caught between 2 defenders. It's Cooper. Cooper slow to get up.
Uh-oh, he's going to be hurt. That's a timeout. The Chargers got to save theirs.
Timeout, charge to Dallas. Cooper shaken up after making the catch. Down to the Chargers side of the field. Cowboys down to 1 timeout. There he is. But what a catch it was, and a pickup of 15. 1st down at the 45 of the Chargers. Tony, what's up?
It's a great catch right there. Great job by Dak Prescott getting his team into position here. You got to get closer. This is still too far. I'd like to get down inside the 30-yard line, make it a lot easier on your kicker.
Looks left, has him. Wilson out.
You're in no man's land right now as the Chargers, right? You got all your timeouts, but it's kind of at the point where I'm almost going to be aggressive. In other words, you have to take a shot to the end zone, but you're not throwing these short stuff on us anymore, right? We're getting up on you. You're going to have to throw it downfield. We're making this kick a long kick, or you're going to have to try and do something to score in a hurry. But they can't be soft and let this stuff be underneath.
2nd and 6 with 33 seconds. From the 41, they run it. Misdirection, Pollard, they're on him at the 38. From there, it'd be about a 56-yard field goal.
Oh, this is interesting for both teams. Another one where it's like, oh, what do you do?
Look at the Cowboys letting it run. They have to just.
Dallas should have called a timeout there, and I don't think they should have ran that ball first off, Jim, because now you're putting yourselves in a position where you have to just throw this out of bounds.
Down to 7
They're just going to take a timeout. Why would they snap this? Just take the timeout now. That's not.
Wow.
They had plenty of time to get multiple plays off and get at least 10 more yards, but handing the ball off, if you did that, you needed to call the timeout with 30 seconds left.
Right on the tackle.
And that way you're still allowed to throw another pass for 10 yards. You know, get a 1st down, clock it.
So now let's move it to what's happening here with Zuerlein. He's going to have one 56 yards. His career long is 61. Of course, kicked for so many years for the Rams over at the LA Coliseum. But last week, as much as people talked about how he was off and he took a lot of self-blame for their loss, he did make a clutch 48-yard field goal in the late going before Brady brought back the Bucs to win the game. So he hit a clutch one, but this is 56 yards win for the win.
And Chargers, give them credit. They didn't take the timeout, and it kind of surprised Dallas. Jim, let's see if there's a timeout.
Yeah, they're running out there to charge Los Angeles with the timeout.
And being a kicker is a lonely world, right? Especially last week. I know he made the clutch one, but the early ones, right? He felt like the weight, because that kind of put them behind.
All right, I'll give you some symmetry if you want it. Okay, so last year it counts, I guess, but everybody in Los Angeles talked about this being the official home opener for the Chargers because there's fans. But last year when the stadium did open, fan-free, it was Dallas against the Rams, and it opened with Zuerlein kicking off. Okay? So now the Chargers' home opener could end with Zuerlein making a kick.
Does he make it, Jim? Make the call.
56 yards.
Does it go in?
I can see it.
That's not a call, Jim. Make it.
I'll say yes.
All right, let's see it.
For the win. Zuerlein's kick. Is it long enough? It is into the net for the victory.
You called it. What a job. Dak Prescott playing an outstanding game today. Coach McCarthy getting his team. You feel good after week 1, right? But you still lost. You got to come in here and get back to 1-1. And Herbert, a devastating loss. Both teams played a great game. Too many penalties. But Dak Prescott and the Cowboys come down and let Zuerlein
Unbelievable.
kick the game winner. What a game.
56 yards to win it. Look, they had plenty of leg on this. It hit into the net. I mean, it had room to spare. The Cowboys, that thing was still soaring. They started the year on Hard Knocks, and now they get their first win of the season, delivering a knockout blow on the final play of the game.
I thought both quarterbacks played outstanding today. The turnovers really hurt. Herbert throws that one in the end zone, the non-call, and the Jones family is going to have a fun trip home tonight.
Both teams will walk off the field 1-1. Cowboys never scored a touchdown after 2 in the first quarter. Their defense stiffened in the second half, and Zuerlein wins it at the gun from 56 yards away. Coach Fassel, special teams coach, loves it. We'll be back in a moment to wrap it up.